Hey LinkedIn, I was just talking about this today with my VP sales, and we were just talking about sales in general. And one thing that we were looking at was just what to do when things get a little slow, or maybe your deals aren't coming in as fast as you'd like. Maybe you have a lot going on, but they're not coming in, or whatever it is. If you're in sales, then you know how it can ebb and flow, and often it's a good idea to just jot down as you succeed and as things go well. It's important to jot down a model, right? Like keep a log of what are the things that worked when things are going well. What are the things that worked? And this is kind of the premise of my book, actually. What works is like jotting those things down, and you really want to codify it, because there will be a point when you drop those things out. By dropping them out, I mean like you just stop doing those different actions. People just natively do this, and then they'll scratch their head and say, well, I'm working hard, or I'm doing this, or I am doing this thing, and the truth is you're not. Like there are things that drop out, or the environment changes. Maybe the economic environment changes, or something changed that makes it a little bit more difficult or hard or efforty or whatever it is. But you can always outwork things. You can always overcome, but you do need to know what those key things are, and you got to pay attention to them. Like, how many phone calls has it taken? How many emails and how many proposals did you send out? How many deals do you have in the pipe? And what's the total value of those deals that you have in the pipe? And how many calendar appointments did you set? Or how many Zoom calls are you having? Or how many in-persons? Or whatever it is. But you need to know what that model is. You need to know all the different successful attributes of what makes things go. And it could also just be like how you communicate in successful emails that you send, or when you leave a voicemail, what does it sound like? Or when you're doing your pitch, what does that sound like? It could just be that you're a little bit off and you have to get back into that right state or way that you present. And I've seen all of the wrong things happen over the years, and it's interesting. It could be little things that are causing a problem in your numbers, right? And so you want to keep track of the things. Every time you have success, you want to jot that down, like what happened. It could just be the fact that your whole entire lineup is pursuing people that are not the right people, and so then all of your deals get bogged. But jot down the things that are working. When they work, pay attention to those things, and then when you run into a snag or a slowdown or whatever, and you will 100%, you can go and look at those things and spot the thing that dropped out. Spot the things that dropped out and get those things back in. And then, do more of everything, right? You can always outwork any economic environment and any condition pretty much every single time. But you got to know what the right things are, you got to know what the right moves are, and then you have to go and do them at a much higher level, and then you'll come out on top and do a lot better. And it's interesting because a sales rep could do really, really well for a while and then run into whatever, like just the numbers don't show up, and they may tell you, oh yeah, I'm doing those things, I'm doing everything, I'm working really hard, and then you look at it and yeah, the numbers aren't there, they're not really working hard, they sound off, the pitch isn't very good. So you got to get all those things corrected again and get them back in the right state, and then magically everything will be good. But I just thought I'd throw it out there as a reminder, because it's over the years I've kind of documented all these different things, and if you don't document them, you'll completely forget, and you'll think that you're doing the things. I am doing the things, but there'll be one or two things or several things that have changed, have dropped out, and those things will wreak havoc on the overall sales numbers. And as second you get them fixed, everything just smooths out. But again, it's doing those standard things, doing those things that are successful, and outworking, right, and overworking and overachieving everything, doing a lot more, taking a lot more effort, because that's just it's an age-old sort of always timeless, workable thing that's never going to change. So keep that in mind. I hope that helps. Thought I'd throw that out there, and hope you're having a great week.